Think of the keys to getting a more consistent run game?
I think the keys are for the offensive line being able to be on the same page, and obviously we need to be able to be fundamentally sound. Those are two things I think we need to be.
Have you been on the same page? Were you better earlier or later? What?
I think over the course of the season, you kind of learn the different things that you need to improve on, and I feel like as the season went on, we got better in that.
In what areas?
In the part of the communication to be on the same page.
K-Ron was just in here. Seems like I think he played every snap at right tackle. How have you kind of seen him kind of develop throughout the year?
Yeah, K-Ron's guy, he's been able to come in and be consistent, but as well as all the other guys being able to come in, we've had a lot of people to come in and have been successful when they came in.
Brandon, what makes Trey Smith such a good leader?
Well, he's a vocal leader. Although he's not able to practice as much, he does the things he needs to do when he comes in.
Brandon, our field sessions shorter when you only have 45 snaps to look over the year?
No, we just take the time to focus on the plays, and we able to go more in depth as if we were to have 70.
Mm-hmm. Is that the fewest plays you played in the game before?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
What was the staff telling y'all when things early in the season when y'all were struggling? What did the staff do? What did it say? What was his approach to kind of get y'all to turn things around the way you think?
Well, the one thing he told us that we got to stick together. I think when you go through times like that, it's easy to blame each other and kind of put the blame on one person. But he just told us to stick together. And I think we did that, and I think it's kind of been able to throughout the season.
I know we've asked you before, but if you just decide that a 6 year something you want to look into, when do you have to make that decision? When does that? Do you have any idea about that timetable?
Yeah, I'm not sure about the timetable, but right now it's just important during this bye week for me to get fundamentally better.
What's this bye week been like to have a couple days off and knowing you got a couple more days off coming later this week? How you guys just kind of approaching that mentally?
Yeah, this bye week has been a great time for us to kind of get our feet back under us and just kind of look at the things that we didn't do as well over the course of the season and be able to improve on that in the practices that we had this week.
I know you were hurt toward the end of last year, but why would you say this team is better equipped to finish stronger than last year's team was?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't really want to focus on last year. I'd just be able to say we have to take from what we learned this season and be able to kind of build on that and become a better team in the last couple of games that we had.
Is there better buy-in, you think, this year with this group?
I can't really speak for last year because I really wasn't on, a part of the team as far as playing. But, I think this team has had, great buy-in. The coaches, Coach Chaney, Coach Friend, and Coach Pruitt, they've done a great job, as far as getting the offense ready to play each week.
What's it say for a team that, y'all used to have some games where you played pretty well and you lost, and I think the past couple weeks y'all could have played a lot better and you still won games. What's it say about the team that y'all are kind of finding ways to win?
Yeah, it just says we're on the verge of something special, around here. It's great that we have the fans every week and give us the atmosphere to be able to do that.
What are the factors that are going to influence your decision on the 6th year?
Really, I really haven't looked into it as much, but as soon as the season's over, I'll kind of sit down with coaches and evaluate the factors that I need.
Brandon, where were you at that fourth down stop? Did you get a view of it? Were you blocked?
Yeah, most definitely. I was on the sideline. I was tuned in, and I was very excited once they got the stop. Congratulating everybody once they came off, and it was hype.
What did you think when you heard the third down call? When you guys were on the field to clinch the game, the rollout with Jared?
Oh yeah, I just knew we had to execute to be able to give them a chance to be successful, and he did it.
How do you feel like, as you kind of broken down your film this season, how you played? How do you think you've played overall compared to, maybe has it been up and down? Have you liked where you've been? How would you evaluate that?
I feel like, during the season, at the beginning of the season, I had some kinks that I had to work out, but I feel like over the course of the season, I've been able to improve and kind of see things of, like where I need to improve as I play more games. So I feel like the experience has been a big factor.
I was about to ask you about that because I know that you're a guy who came here to play more. That was one of the reasons you wanted to be here, and then you got hurt last year. So had it been high school since you've played this many snaps in a season, probably?
Yes, it's probably been high school since I played this many snaps in the season. But, being able to get this experience and, being able to have the opportunity to play as many snaps has allowed me to gain, valuable experience.
How well have you guys made in-game adjustments, do you think, as an offense?
I think we made in-game adjustments as well, very well. When we come in at halftime, the coaches give us what we need to do better or things that we need to improve on or new things that we need to implement into our play. So I think it's been pretty good.
Do you think it's more than just halftime? Do you think, you guys are able to really adjust on the fly pretty well, better now?
Yeah, most definitely. If we come to the sideline and he feels that it's something that we need to change or adjust, we're able to do that.
What are some of the adjustments you remember this season that really had a major effect?
Well, it's been so many I can't really remember, but I mean anything that Coach Friend or Coach Chaney or Coach Pruitt tells us they need to improve on. I mean, I feel like we do a good job of going out there and be able to execute.
Brandon, who's the best basketball player on the offensive line?
I'm not really sure, but I'd probably say K-Ron if I had to guess.
He said himself too.
Yeah, oh, you did? I'd probably say him.
He said Tatum had a shot blocked by Taco Fall. Have you seen video of that?
Oh, no. I wasn't even aware of that.
I might be tripping, but I think your Founders Day is coming up this month, right?
Most definitely, root to the brothers.
How are you gonna celebrate?
I just probably just be with them and just be, fellowship.
Why did you choose Omega Psi?
Why did I choose Omega Psi Phi? I just chose it because that was a fraternity that, I seen on campus and I was able to, be a part of like the guys and surrounded by that brotherhood, and that was kind of the thing that really led me to them.
Brandon, this weekend, will you take in college football around the SEC, around the country? Will you spend some time just watching some games?
Most definitely, it's fun on the bye week. On the weekend, you're able to kind of see college football games you're not normally able to see. So I'll definitely watch some games.
Do you watch those as a football player trying to pick stuff up, or can you relax and just watch it as a fan?
I think being a football player, you always watch it with that in that aspect. But yeah, that's probably why I watch it. There's no when you're a college athlete and you watch a sport that you play, and you're not playing. It's hard not to analyze it from from an athlete perspective.
You don't get a lot of O-line replays, do you, during the game? I mean, usually they're showing the receivers out wide and the quarterback. The O-linemen don't get a lot of replay action during the game, do they?
Yeah, most definitely. It's kind of hard to see O-line play, real time because there's a lot of things you miss when the camera, focuses on the skill players.
Will you go out of your way to watch the Missouri game or the Vanderbilt game, since those are the last two opponents?
No, I won't go out of my way, but I'll definitely, take some time this week, and practice and watch the game.
How tough is it to do what Trey does without kind of being able to do contact during the week? I mean, and I know that you talked about yourself being a guy who, being able to play so much more this season has really kind of helped you improve your game. And he's a guy who doesn't really get to do much contact until Saturday. How tough is it? And what's that say about him that he's able to do this?
Yeah, I think it's very tough, but he's done a great job with the plan that the staff has implemented for him to practice, and I think he's done a very good job.
Couple more.
Brandon, how much emphasis or reaction was there to you guys getting a road win? Because that's something you hadn't done this season prior to that. How important was that for this team?
It was very important. It was a great atmosphere to be able to go into, an opponent's house and get a win. So it was a great feeling.
For young guys, do you think that's going to give them more confidence going to Mizzou?
Most definitely give them confidence because it helps them know that we're on the verge of something special.